So just a quick intro and kind of setting up the ground rules. So we have 4 startups, 3 from Latvia, 1 from our friends from Lithuania. They each will have roughly 5-6 minutes to pitch their presentation, pitch their project and startup, and then the floor will be given for you. Also 4-5 minutes to ask questions, to try to get more details, understand the business more, etc. And yeah, for presentations, the first one I would like to welcome Talent.me on the stage. Talent.me is actually, yes, round of applause. Talent.me is actually a startup that is visiting LatBAN for the second time. In the first time, there already was quite a lot of member interest, and now with their new, more, let's say, rigorous and developed business model, there are also greater changes there.
Yep.
Yeah, so the floor is yours.
Thank you, Emil. Nice to see you, everyone. I'll try to be as brief as possible, but as informative in the same way. Let's start with a very simple question. You're very resourceful. How many of you have ever referred a friend to a job or actually been referred for a project? Take a look around, right? This is actually the situation nowadays. Companies hire daily, and for bigger companies, it's a huge struggle. And they actually count on referrals, recommendation, help from outside or inside. Now, we're building a referral as a service platform for scalable hiring. That means we can turn all of those referrals that you have once made in your lifetime into a chance to make money out of that, just like headhunters and recruiters do right now. Now, we've never been in the lower unemployment rate as now. You can see the graph, we're somewhere here. Everybody has a job. Literally everybody has a job, and those who don't actually want one. Now, in that market, for companies to hire quality candidates, the job boards don't work because they target only 30% of active candidates, the ones that are actively searching for a job. Since everybody has a job, the majority is missed. Headhunting works in that market. So headhunters get through that passive candidate wall. But it also is very costly for companies, up to 30% of annual salary, and they can allow that only for top positions, right? What majority of companies have done, they've created, bring me a friend, you'll get a bonus to salary. This is what works for companies. It kind of lowers the expenses and works. Majority of companies said the best candidates come from referrals, and they're the longest work lifetime in the company. What Talent.me is doing, we're opening referrals to everyone globally. So me, you, your friends, anyone can help a company find their next CTO or chief accountant and get funded for that, get money as in a term of bonus for the task of referral, just like a headhunter would do. Now, how many of you know how to follow a company on social media? Just like a weird question, right? Super simple. How many of you have shared something on social media or networking, like platforms, right? All of you know that. So now you can actually follow a company's referral page and share the jobs that a company has with the friends or put it on social media, and you can get paid. You don't have to work for that company. You don't have to be associated with that company. But if someone opens the link and applies and gets hired, you get a bonus that the company offers. Now, without telling me, for this to happen, the company has to go through bureaucratic loophole. So basically, it's back and forth communication, it's payroll included, it's HR included, it's legal included, it's external payouts. With Talent.me, it's one invoice and we manage the payouts. For the competition, we actually compete with LinkedIn job boards, with headhunters and agencies and internal programs, but all of them have their own pluses and minuses. Talent.me has literally no boundaries as far as how much the network can go. The prices are lower than headhunting, and it's decided by company. And they actually pay on success after the probation period. So for companies, it's zero risk hiring. We know it works from our pilot customers. Good companies in Latvia, not only in Latvia actually. And for IT, fintech, sales positions, the conversion rate is much higher than the job ads. We've started in mid-January. Well, we've generated more than now already 24,000 in revenue. We grow 40% month on month on average. And yeah, our biggest brag is that most of the customers have paid for 12 months in advance. So annual subscription paid in advance. We target 30+ billion market, and it's ever growing. And we don't target it blindly. We actually target 30,000 tech companies using our integration partner systems, such as Teamdash, Teamtailor, ATSs, and HRMSs. So the business model is annual subscription plus a commission, simple and scalable. We have a team of 10+ years in HR tech, in digital product development, in scaling outside the Baltic borders from Latvia, Lithuania, and Switzerland. We grow smart with every integration in the target market that we will target, and specializing on the we're on the biggest referral verticals. So it's, once again, IT, sales, and fintech. And actually, we opened a pre-seed round. We're looking for 350,000 for product development, for integrations with bigger platforms like SAP or Oracle, and for scaling our sales team across Baltic borders. So if you'd like to join in us transforming the headhunting industry, hit me up.
All right. Now, the fun part for your question.
Let's give it to Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, it didn't click for me that you're from this industry.
Yes. We've had a chat with Thomas.
So, it would like a nice question, right?
Yes.
How many payouts are made this year?
This is going to be the 5th.
5.
Yeah.
And how many job postings you have had this year?
More than 400.
More than 400?
Yeah. So we actually have, it's even better than that. So basically we have, in our platform, we measure how many referrals are made for each posting and how many applications do we get, right? For the market that is talent shy, let's say the companies usually don't get enough talent for the right choice to be made. We have generated basically 1 application for every 4 referrals made. So 4 people send it to friends, 1 gets back as a candidate, right? If we look at the job boards, the rate is, if you post it on them, it's 1 to 3% of all the people who see actually kind of apply. So if it's targeted, if it's referral, you know, we see that from 100 people who refer, 25 applications fall in. Yep.
Thanks. This resonated a lot, actually. The Bolt job you had in the second slide.
Yeah.
I've literally referred a friend to that job while working at Bolt.
Nice. And Bolt has internal referral program.
Yeah. So I did some successful ones as well and was hiring a lot. But big question is, how do you deal with attribution? Because typically, for instance, in the Baltics, when you get a referral, even internally, chances are the recruiter has contacted that person. Because usually it's like burn the ground. You've contacted every analyst, software engineer, whatnot. Especially in the US. How do you attribute if they have already been in the pipeline or have been contacted before versus the referral?
That's why we integrate with platforms. For example, Bolt, which you mentioned, already has a system in place. In Bolt case, it might, I don't remember, is it Greenhouse, right? So if it's a Greenhouse or Teamdash or Teamtailor, Recruity, whatever it is, if it's already in their pipeline, then the referral loses its value. So basically it's not approved because the message is we already have that talent in the pipeline, right? That's why we grow with integrations. If we have an integration for the company, it's easy, plug and play. Integrate with the system, and they don't have to change the way they recruit. They just get more candidates.
Okay.
And how transparent it is? For example, I'm referring someone.
Yeah.
How can I see what happened with my reference?
Thank you for the question. So in the regular way, it's actually super hectic. So if I refer as a internal employee, I send my CV to an HR, which is kind of GDPR violation by itself because the company don't have the necessary they're not allowed to get my CV if I don't give them to them. But my friends send CVs, just because they're my friends. So the company is facing GDPR questions. Then the process then takes on, like, HR may call, may not call your referral. Then you ask the HR, like, did you call? And they have to give some kind of a feedback to you. If they call, the person gets hired, you have to have some kind of feedback. Hey, we hired your candidate. We're going to tell you if the probation period ends. And when it ends, like, we're going to pay you in X months or days. In Talent.me, you see everything in the platform. If you refer, you see if it's activated, if the link is used and somebody has applied. If the person who has applied has passed through interview or has changed its value to a good candidate, you see a change. It says in the process. So you, as a referral, know that maybe in 3 months you'll have 700 euros, right? So if the person gets hired, the probation period starts on your side as well. You see that you're going to get payout in 39 days. So everything is visible. It's super transparent.
We had one more question over there.
Yeah, I was wondering if LinkedIn is a rather big competitor since people share information about open jobs to their own network and so on. Of course, there is not that financial compensation thing, but anyways, it's rather typical to use LinkedIn. So.
It's actually working on our benefit. So I showed you in the beginning these referral, like, all messages that, hey, we're hiring this guy. Like, if you know, refer someone. And now our clients are using the same approach on LinkedIn. They're posting their job ad from Talent.me on LinkedIn saying, hey, we're looking for, chief of IT for Bolt. By the way, if this is not you, there's 2,000 for you if you share this with the right person. And the same platform, LinkedIn, works, but with the added value that now people can help out, not working for Bolt specifically, but have a chance to earn with recommendations. I mean, they've been doing that for long. It's just unpaid.
One more.
As far as I understood, the business model is that you earn from subscription from corporates. So
yes.
So basically, what you need, eventually will need to have is like one-on-one meetings with big large companies in Germany, in UK. So that's quite a drag.
Not really. If the company uses ATS or core HR system, and they usually have in their job descriptions saying, like, we have internal referral program. So that's a green light for us that they can benefit from our system. If we have integration with, let's say, Greenhouse, and we see on their job ads that we have as a bonus for employees internal referral system, we can automate the send-outs to the company saying, you have the ATS we integrate with, you have internal referral program, how would you like to scale it externally? Because now 100% they don't have it because it's bureaucratic, logistics. I mean, it's not easy for them.
If I may, the final one. So you come with like this B part, but
yeah.
when you kind of touch upon like the sourcing part, it's customers. So it's customer acquisition costs. Probably that costs something. So how do you foresee to get as many people on your platform as possible?
Do you mean the companies or
well, I mean those who are going to refer, the private individuals, basically the private individuals. As far as I understood, they're going to log on to your social network or like your platform, let's call it that way, and then they're going to refer their friends or that.
Better. So what we have built, like Emil's already mentioned that we done some updates. Before we thought it's going to be like a platform where every job seeker will check and then we're going to have to get them to that platform. But now we did an update, which basically we integrated company's career page. So if you're looking for a job, you go to company's career page anyway. We integrate with the ATS. So if you send the application to that company, chances are they're going to send you an automated email. And now what we have is that we actually give a tool or a solution for a company, and it's company's responsibility how to market that in their channels. So we're not responsible for driving traffic. It's each company who drives the traffic in the channels that works for them. Some in TikTok, some in LinkedIn. It's up to them.
Okay, so it's software solution basically for businesses.
Yep.
Superb. That's the worst part of the pitching session that the end questions end. Thank you. Next up, I would like to welcome, give me a second, Jonas, our friend from Lithuania. Just to give you a short intro, we selected Boomio as a part from the Startup Fair conference in Lithuania. That was like 2 weeks ago. And there were some very preliminary good conversations with Jonas and about the startup itself. So we're very much eager to kind of showcase this also to you, that it's Geertz and Ans already have kind of validated them, but this is also great for you to hear. Yeah.
Thanks, Amos. Really great intro, and really great to be in LatBAN. Really great to see your community like growing really fast, and I'm sure you will be like #1 in the Baltics very quickly. Even before I start, so in Boomio we create games for businesses, but not only in the sake of just building games, but also to create the most engaging content. So they basically can capture the attention of their potential customers. So basically, we're solving the problem of attention. That's what we do, like number one, because most of the ads can hold attention beyond 2 to 5 seconds, leading to no results. And I'm not talking about only the Coca-Cola ads, but also we are launching right now educational games for schools, for taking care of the nature, and of course we have like operating in multiple industry, but boring content becomes like very expensive to run. So games is like #1. #2, what we're like doing, and we focus even more, is when capturing attention to keep it. Average time per game per user is 8.5 minutes. In some countries it's even more. So it's more than all marketing content combined, including TV already. But we try to achieve like 2 key results, which is attraction of new customers and purchase conversion through rewards. Because in most of the cases, at the end of the game, the win reward and the redemption rate of the reward is higher, depending on the industry, than just give away, or you just receive it by email or any. So what are these games? How do they look like? This is the game, not this one game, but this is the game we're running at the moment in Latvia for Acropolis. I had a meeting with a customer before coming here. But what's the point? So we built this game, which is not a Wheel of Fortune, not a scratch ticket, but it's run together with KFC. And the goal is to attract traffic to Acropolis. And 95% of rewards are redeemed inside Acropolis, so we attract 10 times more traffic compared to regular giveaway campaigns. So you can check and play the game right now. Another Latvian flavor. So another example of our customer, Coca-Cola. They own the company Tony, biggest ice cream producer in Latin America. So we went to another part of the world. So this is again, we created the game, we created this avatar or mascot guy they are starting to use publicly, and we reached 10 times more users than they achieved through regular ads. So our goal with our platform is to build games within seconds. Now we are building games within minutes. This summertime we signed a deal with Amazon. Amazon is investing in building AI module, and IP rights belongs to us, to Boomio, to build the games within seconds. Why it is important is not for the current customers, because current customers don't need game within 1 second or even minutes, but it's for go-to-market strategy. So basically, before even meeting a customer or before even customer tries our platform, they can see their game, real game, before even trying Boomio out. And we're building it instantly. So a bit for financials. So this year we will grow 3 times. Our revenue will be around 360k euros. But more importantly, we didn't went for just the revenue growth. We have traction in 3 different industries like FMCG, e-commerce, retail, and in 8 countries, which is Baltic, Finland, Poland, Ecuador, Peru, Colombia. So we wanted to check how big is the demand, what is the competition like, real competition, and how can we grow faster. And we like really lean startup. We are not a big team. We're a team of 5. Boomi is my first startup. I'm building from scratch. My co-founder, CTO, Andrus, is taking care of the product itself. I'm doing the sales myself as well. Paula is making sales in Latin America. God is taking care of all the current customers, and Kostas is taking care of cybersecurity part because we are managing like quite big flows. And final slide. Our vision is like not to build the platform, not to build the games, but actually to build a community, because we have like multiple ways to scale inside the game. We have team games, games across the schools, sharing and get rewarded. We have steps that for sharing you can get a medal, collectibles. You can collect digital cards of Latvian ice hockey players to run it. Not only physical rewards. So multiple ways to scale and upsell. So our vision is like to grow the community of game. And our ambition is to grow 7.5 times next year in mid and large sector of customers. Even though we will launch next summer a self-service platform to test when the customers are able to build games by themselves, basically in 3 steps. Still too difficult to do it today, but by the summertime of next year, I think it will be possible. Yeah, and we're raising 1 million seed round, to achieve this goal and to achieve this growth.
All
Yeah.
right. Time for some great questions. Yes, Jens.
Mobile game, mobile apps?
Yeah, so we basically do 2 types of games. So 80% of all games are web games. So they're like very, very public. So we want the customers to distribute them through all possible channels, like Facebook, Instagram, QR codes, etc. So, and 20% of games are in-app games. They're driving traffic in specific apps. Like if you take 2020 LV, I think you have 2020
Yes.
LV. So if you go to 2020 LV, you'll find our game. So we drive. So the goal is to drive new users to the app and return rate of the existing ones.
Oh, so you also integrate in existing apps?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what is the cost for the client for the game to be created?
So our average revenue per customer is like a bit more than 3,000 euros. Our cost to create the game, only the technological cost, is below 100 euro. And we want to decrease to like 50 euros.
Yes, and then you said that the client will be able to use the service multiple times and create multiple games, and that all like for one type payment, or how the business model?
So right now we have only long-term agreements. So we don't do like, we used to do like summertime ice cream campaign, which is like hard to manage because the summer is over, then we need to sell one more time, and then you have the revenue going like this. But right now, our goal is not to entertain only, but to achieve long-term results. So basically, we sign only long-term deals. So they pay us on a monthly basis. We change the games usually one time per month. So we have multiple mechanics. We are cash positive, so we are not burning money. If the customer needs to make a break, we have several customers who can make a break. For example, they finalize one partnership. We have like one big producer of chips, and they started right now a partnership with basketball team. And there was like a gap of 2 months. So they can make a gap, but then the contract prolongs 2 months automatically. So.
Do you know your competitors?
Yeah, we faced with competitors. One was Estonian, and now actually Estonian competitor Datmi was acquired by one Israeli company. Actually, they were at that time. That was like 1 year ago. They were better by all means. Their technology was better in all cases, except like one factor. Our game looked much better, and we won. Yeah.
What would happen if, for example, Roblox will come to your industry?
Let them come. Right now, yeah, it's not some kind of Roblox is very specific in their specific area, but usually what we seek is like to be in our niche like really, really well. Most of the competitors we face usually do very, very short games like Wheel of Fortune, Scratch tickets, and we see like lots of them. Like competition is like insane. If you go to Shopify store and you want to buy Wheel of Fortune, it costs like $10 per month. So it's like very, very cheap. So it's like, for them, it's like a bit crazy to stuck in this, or like there are small puzzles that you collect. And we go to a bit upper level.
For what purpose are you raising funds?
Basically, our goal is to grow faster. Basically, we can go wider because we tested right now UK and US market. Whether first we can get inbound from these markets and we can do the cold outbound, especially first markets. And the way we're doing is like we contact the customers, and before even proposing meeting, we said, do you want to see your game? We're giving away like a free asset to them, like so they can test. And then we get a very good reply later, said, yes, of course we want to see it again. Then we send the game, they play and said, then they book the meeting.
That's the physical sales team that you need to have, right? To kind of facilitate this growth.
Yeah.
So hire some more salesmen in different languages.
Yeah. So it happens like in two ways. So we target mid-size and large corporates. So we approach them directly. But our product is like very visible. When we launch, and the most difficult part is the beginning, as always. Like when we launch, like first customers, 1, 2, 3 customers in the bigger market, we instantly become visible because they are launching games. So the games become visible. Then we receive inbound. They said, oh, we saw this game, and there's like Boom Your logo all over the game. And I said, we want this game as well. So when we do the good go-to-market strategy, we start to receive a good inbound. By the way, after start of fair, when we ordered, we received the inbound from 5 customers. Even though I was surprised that customers are not participating in startup events.
We're out of questions. Sorry, we're out of time. We're not out of questions, but out of time. Yeah.
I will be here, so we can.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Moving forward to the third one is Frugal. Let me quickly put it on. All right, Stefano, investor turned startup founder.
What's the button to go forward?
Yes, this one.
The right one, okay.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. I want to start with an intro, telling you an interesting KPI. Do you know that Walmart in July this summer has recorded that 15% of their website traffic was generated by artificial intelligence queries? And in August, the number has already risen to 20%. The Financial Times has also released a very interesting article stating that the agents will become the primary visitor for website. And believe it or not, in the end of September, OpenAI released their first agentic commerce solution. Thanks God they break the ice, but they are not our direct competitors. Said this, what is the problem into the e-commerce that the population is worldwide experiencing? A dramatic drop in purchasing power, minus 12% in the last 4 years, and 72% of people get more and more confused when they try to understand where to buy in order to make savings. In fact, they abandon their cart. And believe what? The big retail chains are experiencing, due to the hyperinflation that happened after the post-pandemic, a minus 2% in profitability decrease, which for a retail chain is a monster number, because probably you know that they work on the basis of 2, 3, 4%, 5% in the best cases. Said this, this is the solution that we are building. It's an agentic commerce able to operate in an autonomous way, operating complex calculations about full basket of products, which is what everybody buy on a weekly basis by the supermarket, and also promoting intelligent product swap. We will see later on what it means because it's an incredible advantage even for the retailers. So this is the short demo reel, 40 seconds to let you understand it's an extract of our prototype. And it seems it doesn't work. Can you launch it? Yeah, doesn't work by the button. Okay, eventually we show it later. This was working by Startup Fair, eh? So the link should be there. Can you try to give the command and let's see what happens. If it doesn't work, I go on by the words. Okay. So anyway, what are the results that we have experienced by using real data from Coop Italy, which is the biggest retailer in Italy? They provided us real data. We injected them into our prototype. The results that we have obtained have shocked not only us, but even Coop. And we have obtained a 30% reduction in terms of savings, 95% of time saved. Imagine that all of us, we spend an average of 4 hours per month searching for savings. And in this case, of course, everything is automatic because all the calculations are done in an autonomous way by Frugal. And okay, and the industrial margin increase for the retailers has touched an incredible 12.5% point. So who are the buyers? The buyer personas? We have 3 different kind of buyer personas. A budget-minded parent, and we have no kid with couple and singles, and we have a techie-savvy student. But the standard factor of these persons that they are in search for savings. They continuously compare different special offers on different platforms, and they are not interested at all in offers like Bolt and Volt, which is the quick commerce, so the convenience retail approach, and they are ready to opt for private labels. Said this, these are the dimension of the market, which is 120 billion euros, and we are talking about the e-commerce in general. Unfortunately, the formatting has exploded once more, but okay, no problem. Anyway, we are going to focus on the e-grocery market, which represents 8% of the total e-commerce market. Say this, it's service obtainable market worth almost 6 billion euros, and our target is to win 20% of this market within year 5. So the market growth is impressive, and this is not related to e-commerce, but we are talking about how the agentic AI market will be growing. So the compound annual growth rate expected is almost 44%. Traction signals. We are very fresh. We don't have traction to show with some revenue, so we are still in development phase. But we have launched an interview on 5 different countries. So Italy, Latvia, India, Ireland, and United States. And the result that we have obtained confirmed to us that 73% of the people that we have spoken to outside the physical stores, so people who are not used to use smartphone, tablets, and things like this in order to understand their savings, but they go for a very traditional approach, 73% of them would be ready to use such an application. 68% are ready to pay the membership fee that we have put into our business plan, and 77% are ready to recommend such an application to friends and family. So this is showing to us that most likely we are going to have a viral effect. Said this, we started to collaborate with Italian retail chains. Coop, as I mentioned, is the biggest one in Italy. They have a turnover of 12 billion euros with more than 1,000 stores. And the e-commerce director was absolutely shocked when we started to run the prototype by them. By the way, next week, no, this Thursday, we are going to have our meeting with the board of the company. Let's go forward, and nothing is exactly from scratch. What we have done is testing the analytical engine, because as you will see later on, we have several components that we are developing for Frugal. And the analytical engine is the core, is our secret sauce. We launched it in Malta, we tested, and 7,000 users registered and started to use it. So in this moment, these are the retail chains that we have engaged down in Italy. So we are negotiating with them the terms, how to go forward. And here is the core of Frugal. So what are the key components? Mainly we have two components, a big data analytical engine, the bottom one, and an artificial intelligence engine. The front part is very similar to what we know, for example, ChatGPT, and it works as an app in iOS and Android, but also as a web app. Then we have an artificial intelligence engine, which is dedicated in order to drive voice, image, barcode, and text recognition. But the secret sauce happens here. It's in our analytical engine that allows us to combine millions of products with millions of users to create real-time calculations and combine all the savings, keeping into account that you have loyalty point, that you have cashback, that you for sure want to use your coupons, that there are special products offers available. And finally, what we call the grocery specialized artificial intelligence component, which is the part that excited the most the COP, because our engine is able to compare a top brand product with the private label product of the retail chains. What does this mean? It means that automatically the system is able to take the basket of your products and substitute the top products with the private label. In this way, we can guarantee an explosion of savings for the users, the 30% that you have seen before, and at the same time increase the marginality for the retailers. Probably you will be asking, okay, where do you invent the magic, because the money is not created from nothing. So the loser in these games are the consumer packaged goods companies. That will see automatic substitution of their products with a private label in order to increase the global basket saving of the consumer. Free revenue stream, membership, in-app ads, and Easter transaction fees. That's the team. We are 9 plus 1 that is coming right now. Almost 90 years of retail experience combined all together. And so this is our timeline. They asked me to go fast, so we are searching for 300,000 euros to launch the MVP in Italy. In this moment, we're scrapping 10 retail chains in the Italian market, and that's all. So these are my data. Thank you.
We have time for 3 questions because we went a little bit over. But yeah, who's first? Savings, grocery savings, basket savings. Yes, Jacob.
So let's say I'm a dad of 2. Basic professional, I need to do weekly shopping.
Yeah.
So let's say I go to Frugal, and it gives me all the discounts. Different shops in Latvia here. What's my next step as a user?
Okay, very rapidly. You have the first step is that you set up the system. I mean, you say you can say what are the products that compose your basket, or you can take a picture of your standard receipt, or take a photo of the product. The system recognizes everything and composes your basket. Then automatically what it does is taking your basket and doing the comparison into the different retail systems and bring back the cost of your basket, which includes the real-time special offers, your coupon, your loyalty points, etc., etc. Say this happens on a scheduled basis. Every Saturday morning, please. Unfortunately, we didn't see the demo. Every Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, tell me what is the most convenient store to go to buy my standard basket, or it happens by trigger. For example, advise me when the savings is getting bigger than 18 euros. And I receive a notification, okay, Jacob, you know what, today is Monday, the 20th of October, by Lidl, there is your basket that has overcome in this moment the specific threshold that you have set.
So it's not about delivery, yes? It's
no, it's zero. We scale by software, no gigs.
like those with app go to the 5 or 10 shops to collect.
Bravissimo. Very good question, because we are all thinking about Bolt, and they are building their facility, their warehousing, their logistics, and so on. We take the transaction and give it straight into the transaction system of, for example, Rimi. So we leverage their logistic facilities and processes. We are just moving the transaction. We are like a meta search engine. Think about Skyscanner with Lufthansa.
Sorry, we're over time. But all right, thank you again, Ron.
Okay, thank you.
And last but not least, for today, we have a startup called Lexu AI.
So, my name is Martin. I'm the CEO and founder of Lexu AI, and we have set out to transform the European legal industry amidst this global AI revolution. So that is a really bold title, really bold claim, so how do we get here? My journey did not start in a law school. I did not attend courtrooms, and I also did not drop out of MIT. Actually, my story started in a boat. For 10 years, I was pursuing a professional athlete's career path. Then, in the true spirit of, I'm really not sure about a career that I want to pursue, we went for an international business degree. And today, me and the team, we have founded the legal AI startup in the Baltic States. So, still begs the question, so how did all that lead to a legal AI startup, right? Here's the situation. A good friend of mine, his girlfriend, studying in Latvia University law school, and for the first time she encountered a legal research job, which required her to go to the legal databases to do the research. Luckily for her, now the boyfriend, now co-founder of mine as well, is a full-time developer who could help understand the absolute maze and labyrinth of filters of the keyword-based system that is provided by the government. It was so bad that he invited me over to take a look, and we together just couldn't puzzle out, like, is this what legal research entails? So we started to ask around within our friend group who are lawyers, parents of our friends who are lawyers, and we kept hearing the same problems time and time over and over again. First of all, general AI, legal, so solutions like Gemini, ChatGPT, they do not have access to these legal databases. Even if they are public legal databases, they are not used in order to provide you with an output. So that means that these lawyers are stuck with the government databases, which have outdated functionality and they do not have any AI features. And when we scope it out to a European problem, it's fragmented, multilingual. We have 27 jurisdictions and 24 official languages. So legal research is a really time-consuming job. And then we asked a simple, naive question. What about AI in legal? Well, a simple Google search gave us an answer. Hallucination risk, of course, we all know about it, but in legal, it carries a much more significant risk. That is a risk that is detrimental not only for a client or a reputation of a law firm, it is detrimental for legal specialist's career. A single hallucination can lose you a court and can lose you a career and can potentially land you in jail if it's so severe. And this is the reason why the legal industry in general is lagging behind in AI adoption rates. Although 90% of the legal professionals believe that AI technologies are going to fundamentally transform their job, AI in law firms is twice less than the general adoption rate in the businesses. So the problem is that the legal research today is stuck in a keyword guessing lottery. You have to guess a phrase or keyword exactly word by word, how is it written in the legal documentation. How does it look like? For LatBAN speakers is going to be easier to understand, but basically you start with something specific that you're looking for. Then you try to look for it. Of course, it's not going to be written like that, word for word. You try to change a little bit, still no results. And then you start to lose the context by just shortening it up and making it more general. Still no results. And then let's just go for it. Yeah, guilty. Okay, good. Okay, now we finally got something. Okay, now we got it. And then you open a document, and this is your research tool arsenal. There you go. And try thinking about that you need to go through a database of 700,000 documents, and this is your only search option. And the problem is only going to get worse because AI developments are so rapid. We have never encountered a technology like this in history where new powerful models are released monthly. We have a new most powerful model ever released monthly. So it's either Gemini, either Google, right? So it's constantly developing. Before it was like every 5 years, once a decade even, but breakthroughs are happening really fast now. Government procurement procedure, well, we are all aware how it happens. We issue a procurement, then we go through the process, then we accept, then we start to build it. It's like a 5 to 7 year process, and already when they begin to do the project, the technology is already obsolete. So it is impossible for them to keep up. And we asked the next question. Could we solve this problem by rethinking the whole concept ground up with AI as the fundamental cornerstone, taking into consideration all of the shortcomings? And this is the moment where we asked help from people who know a thing or two about law. From the very first day, our partner has been, our strategic partners are the leading Baltic law firm Cobalt. Then upon the launch of the first version, academical partner is Latvian University. We have also been integrated into the official legal curriculum from this year. Very ironic, I'm a lecturer at Latvian University in the law faculty this year. And then we asked, of course, all of the government institutions who are responsible for this legal data to take part. And this, after months of work, how we came to the first version. So here we can look by example. AI vector search. You can simply describe what you are looking for and it searches the cases based on context. And then we have a multitude of AI features that just make research more efficient. So we still have the keyword search like we used to have, but this is just a tool to help you specify what you're looking for. This is not the backbone of the research. The backbone of the research is the AI search, where you have absolute freedom to contextually describe what you're looking for. And the filters are there to help you specify and narrow it down, not to base your research on. And this turns, in examples, when we benchmark a work of 1 week for 3 experts, it turned into 2 hours for a single person. Also a really magical thing, you can open the documents in the browser. Previously, you always had to download the PDFs, and with the PDFs, you couldn't even copy and paste the text out. What did we learn? AI is not only a chat-based question-answer solution. When we think of AI, we think about ChatGPT, Gemini, ask a question, and you get an answer. And this is where hallucinations stem from, because interpretation can be wrong, argumentation can be wrong, sources can be wrong. But for us, it just points you where the correct answer is in the source document. It does not provide you with the answer. And this is how hallucinations are eliminated, because they can't even take place, because it doesn't generate anything. What it generates is a summary. Nobody is going to use summary in legal documentation. This is only to answer the question whether I have to open this document or I do not, and move on. Fundamentally, AI is a better information interface, and it can provide you the answers. But the problem with general AI is that it has not been trained to think like a lawyer. It does not reason like a lawyer. And lawyer's job is not to simply find a single case, a single argument. Lawyer's job is to reason. So we asked a next question, which is way more challenging. Since general AI is not optimized for legal data analysis, could we teach Lexo AI to think like a lawyer? And then, with the help of a team of PhDs from Latvian University, we started to dissect the thinking process that goes into analysis of this legal data. Of each separate database, of each separate type of documents, we dissected the thinking process step by step. And this is how we came to Ask Lexi. Now, Ask Lexi is ability to describe the case in its entirety, ask all of the questions that you have about a case. Within 2 to 4 minutes, an in-depth research model is going through the entire legal database of 700,000 documents, the entire archive of the cases that we have, entire law archive that we have on laws.lb, and it provides you with a source-based answer. In the past 3 months, we are yet to see hallucinations, because how we have integrated it. Every single question that is answered, every single argument that is made must be sourced with the documentation. So this effectively is what assistant lawyers do. Partner comes with you with a research task. It gives you a description of the case. He gives you a set of questions, and then he goes on to do the research. But now, instead of a 5-people team that would take around a week or 2, we can do it within 4 minutes. And how we're testing it for the final phase, for the full rollout, we give it a Latvian bar exam. For Latvian bar exam, you need to study for 3 years for bachelor's, 2 years for master's, 5 years for apprenticeship, 10 years in total in order for you to do the bar. We do it in 4 minutes. We launched the product 6 months ago. We are yet to do the first marketing campaign. This is word of mouth. This is exclusively just people hearing about our solution and reaching out. And keep in mind that we have in total 1.5K of sworn advocates in Latvia. So the market capitalization is really strong. Like we're going to achieve by the end of the year, it's going to be double-digit figures in terms of market that we have obtained in Latvia. And we have all of the leading law firms either already on trial or on us, or they are already customers. And at this point, we are ready for a rapid expansion to roll it out through Europe, because all of the tech that we have developed is fundamentally built with Europe in mind. We only use Latvia as a proof of concept. This is the foundation on how we build the company. When we started a year ago, we started fundamentally thinking about how we will do it in Europe, and we understood that the fastest way for us to get credibility, since we do not come from the legal industry, is to play a game of how fast you can dominate a single small country. Yes. So the solution that we provide, agentic legal AI that has unified national and EU databases that provides all of the AI features that improve the work radically and is completely changing the industry. Why now? Tech is ready, we have proven all of the concepts, and we simply need to roll it out. EU is surging in regulatory enforcement, new laws and new enforcement is coming in daily since they also gear up on their tools. And the legal data is available as from last month due to the Digital Act of the open data. This is the market opportunity that we're tackling. Realistically, we have to look at the whole legal services market because the technology that it provides is so transformative that it's basically going to change the pricing model, and that's already been in talks in the US with their players, that is going to change the hourly based fee model for the lawyers in the 5-year future. As for the first move, we go for the competition law. We go for better tools that are really specifically tailored for lawyers in this industry. We're aiming for market capture within the next year by 2027 that we would get 5.3 million in revenue. And hence we have launched a round for our EU rollouts and we're seeking 4 million in order to do this. Thank you very much.
We have time for 2 questions and then we go into networking and you can follow up with more questions. So 2 brave questions, yes.
Yes?
Yeah, why 4 million? Like what exactly are you going to do?
We need to scale the team and we need to roll it out rapidly because we basically have the fundamental tech there, but we simply need foothold in terms of development team in order to obtain the legal data because we're going to have basically a team is going to be split into 2 parts. We need to obtain the talent, we need to obtain the data, and then it's the development part.
4 million will give runway for what time?
That is a runway for 2 years. But we are already planning to launch the next year as well immediately because we're going into a head-to-head competition with Legora and Harvey. Legora raised 80 million against 675 million evaluation in this May. Early this month, they raised 100 mil against a valuation of 1.8 bill. They tripled the valuation in 6 months, and that's what we're going against with. So we cannot stress this more. We do not have time because the gap is now. There's an open space for a dominant player in the European continent, and it's a scramble. And we have a fundamentally better tech. We have both seen Harvey and Legora. Why I don't mention Harvey because we saw Harvey. It's not going to be able to compete on the European soil because the solution is way too generic. Legora is good. Legora is really good, but what we basically offer, we have a product that is on par with Legora, whose valuation is 1.8 bill. Our valuation is right now at 20.
One last question before we end the official part. Answers.
So many questions.
All right, another great question.
I need a really specific lawyer question. Answers, give it to me.
All right.
Investors could earn money on that high valuation. do you see exit?
Exit? Yeah. The end goal is 7.3 billion of the valuation when we go public. But within the next year, evaluation is going to be 100 million, against which we're going to raise 25 million. Because of the multiple revenue multiples there are in the industry and the capitalization that we're able to achieve, This is not something that we raise as a pre-seed round where we do not have any proven track record of traction or how we will scale it or whether the market is there. The moment we launched products in March, in April, we were invited to come inside Latvian University, and in May we signed documents and we changed the legal curriculum for the law school. They integrated legal research methodologies as a course because they just saw what it does, and they understood how it changes it. Now the only question is we haven't publicly released information about Ask Lexio module, because there we are in talks with the ministry on how to integrate it in the market in general. Because we also have to collaborate with the government. We cannot provide these opportunities only for the private market, and then in the public sector, all of the judges ain't going to have access to that, and it's going to be a mayhem. So that's why we're really careful about how we roll it out. Because when we first launched it out, we genuinely did not comprehend that the capabilities are going to be like this mental. We thought it's going to be able to answer questions, dissect the case, but we didn't expect the whole bar exam.
All right, thank you, and round of applause to Martin. Thank you.